the outcome have been different if the super villains also join the fight against Thanos. So these three, 1, 2, and 3, is from the Marvel Legends 10 years of the Infinity War Thanos 3-pack. So I was able to snag these 3 figures loose but in good condition. This figure over here is from the super villains, the new super villains wave by Marvel Legends. That is Doctor Doom. And this Doctor Doom, of course, I just reviewed this figure, came with this freaky looking accessory of that guy. So since Doctor Doom already had a separate review, let's take him out of the equation. So I have purchased this 3-pack loose, so they did not come in a box. They were already sold. They were sold still in a set, but the box was already gone, so with some accessories. But I inspected and examined the figures. All 3 are in good condition. No scratches on the figure. The joints are okay. The face sculpts are okay, and the gimmicks are okay. So generally, I was still able to get a steal from this 3 set purchase. So let's start with the weakest figure in the batch, which is this Iron Man figure. So I've seen the reviews of this figure, and this was totally bashed. Well, of course, because of the lack of articulation on the torso area, despite of the seemingly okay gimmick. So let's examine what do you get out of this Iron Man figure. So this guy over here has a light up feature. You have to take off the back portion and install batteries on it. So this has 2 settings. So the setting that is this right on now is the longest setting, which would allow for the light up feature on the reactor, the chest piece, to glow longer. If you put it on the left button like this, then the activation and the longevity of the light setup would be shorter. And later it would turn off by itself. So that's how short that light setup is. So if you set it up on the other side, that's going to be a longer light setting, I mean. So the actuation button would be at the front of the armor. Now, of course, we don't have any articulation on this area. You only have articulation on the arms, both arms, the head, the legs, and that's it. So this figure also came with extra pair of hands, fists, and the flight hands. So these 2 pieces. So standard Iron Man handset. If you get an Iron Man handset, they would always have that splayed hand like this for flight. So this is for the Iron Man figure. So we've already seen this Doctor Strange figure already with a build-a-figure wave. Now the only difference would be the accessory that came with it. So the single piece accessory in that build-a-figure wave, this magical projection was painted differently. But for this 3-pack, this was what came with the figure. So I checked. So if we take a look at the piece that came with it, so it was really this. So that was the only difference. As for articulation, it's the same with that Doctor Strange figure in the Build-A-Figure way. So it's still quite a good looking figure, even though we don't have a articulation piece on the diaphragm, but we have a ball joint on the waist, which gives us posability, still some kind of posability. Now the cape is quite something to be desired of, because it would really just fall to the more on the left side of the figure. So if you want to customize a cape for this figure, it's possible, but since this is just going to be a display piece, then that cape is a-okay. So leg articulation, of course, that's going to be hindered because of this plastic piece on the waist. So you could move it a little bit that way, and that is the limit of the articulation for this Doctor Doom figure. So what we really came for with this 3-pack is the Thanos figure. So this is the Thanos of that 3-pack. So this is the Thanos that I really wanted to have in my collection, not the armored one. So despite that this Thanos figure, I wasn't able to get the alternate head sculpt that came with the 3-pack, it's still okay. This figure is in great condition. The joints are not loose or broken. There are no scratches on the figure. It is really in excellent condition. So with the Infinity Gauntlet, so no scratches at all, perfect condition. So the seller just told me that the box was just too damaged, that he had to throw it and just salvage the figures that came with it and the accessories that were still good, and sold it online. So good purchase for me. So standard Marvel Legends articulation. Despite its size, we have standard Marvel Legends posability and articulation. So we have that ab crunch, we have that cut on the waistline, we also have cut on the thighs, double joints on the knees, only a single joint for the elbows, but that's okay. We have a cut on the biceps and a good rotation and side articulation for the arms and the shoulders. So for the head could move really high and to left and right, and is not hindered by any form of armor that would limit the posability of the figure. So that is the reason why I wanted this particular Thanos. So if you like this video, hope to see you on the next one.